Hello, good morning. It's your daily tarot readings on Friday, the 6th of June. I'm Hem from Self Love Self Care System. I'm doing your daily readings in tarot deck of mushrooms. Sorry, the Midnight Magic Tarot deck of mushrooms by Sara Richards. They're here. It's always in the notes. I'm going to get our energy at the day card. I kind of saw that one. I love it when I throw them out. A problem, if there is one, and a solution. Let's see what we've got. This week's been interesting because it's been about replenishing and healing our throat chakra. It's been about releasing things we don't need. And it's been about being honest about where we want to go and who we want to be with and who we want to be as well, yeah? And how we want to be in relationships. So the energy of the day is Six of Wands. And I see this in a light, beautiful way. It's like you've got the energy of the angels, the fairies, the nature spirits, the devas, and the angels are telling me that they brought this card out for one thing and one thing only. The Six of Wands is about you opening the door to being loving in the way that you communicate with yourself and others. This is about using tone and being using gentle tone, being gentle to those you're around, and trusting that, you know, the things that they're going through are already harsh enough without you adding to those things. The angels are telling me to say to you that love is your master here. It will help you with your voice, with the clarity, with the throat chakra healing, because when you're honest with who you are and you scribe through love, you wield that feather well, right? Back in the day, that's what it was. It was a quill, wasn't it? They had a feather, they dipped it in some ink, and they wrote. That's how it all started. And it's about going back to the start of what love really means to you, talking to others with love, talking to yourself with love, in general, being in love space, not in the energy and the vibration of fear space, which has become quite predominant, really, and something we've been all quite inculcated into. We've been told that we're not allowed to voice our opinions, we're not allowed to have our voice, we're not allowed to say what we feel. And yeah, so it's about, tuning into how you approach conversations. How are you being loving when you approach conversations, or how are you not being loving? Stop, observe, and then surrender. Check in with what you're doing. Do not allow yourself to get messed up in the energetic vibration of anger, distrust, feeling hurt, that kind of thing, because irritability and all these things will hold you back, really. Right, so that is our card for the energy of the day. So let's have a look at the solution. Not solution, a problem. Our problem for today, for Friday, we've got the Page of Pentacles with the hedgehog mushroom. There's something very golden about the energy of this card, because it's talking about your heart chakra, and it's about connecting deeper into your heart. It's about bringing in a youthful, energetic vibration, and it kind of links, because it's the Pentacles, it links to money, but it's not money in the sense that you think of it. It's money in the sense of how you wield it. How do you hold it over others? How do you tell others the way they're behaving is making you feel X, Y, and Z? How do you represent to other people? This is about you tuning into your heart and saying to yourself, where is this angelic version of myself? How do I actually show this version of myself rather than that version of myself, right? How do I do that? And who do I need to become from that? It does really, really rely on you going into the space where you are more young in your energetic outlook, young in your vibration, more forgiving, more gentle, more tender. It asks you to lean into those spaces. The other thing I'm forgetting here with this is there's some kind of opportunity presented, some kind of wish, like a magical, alchemical something, because this beautiful little black jewel is telling you that actually there's more glitter and more gold and more light. So I'm struggling with my throat because we need to get this throat thing done, but we need to also absorb that light and allow ourselves to receive gifts from the universe, from the angels, from source, because I always want to help you. It's just that we're not always hearing them. There's also an energy of how something might be too big for you to push, and maybe you're trying too hard to push for something that's too big for you. So maybe bring your expectations down a little bit and then actually rise into what you can have as opposed to what you'd like to have. Yeah, so it's really it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous card with a beautiful message, saying, yeah, you can have these things. It's like absolutely lovely, really lovely. No problem in that, no problem at all, because you're rising into your angelic self. Maybe you could give me a thumbs up if your angelic self feels called to do so. Your angelic self might even be called to subscribe. Never know. Look, if you do feel called to subscribe, I'd love it. That really weird smile I just did, right, reminds me of my ex's mum. She used to do the cutest of smiles, and that was a little bit of an ode to her, really. But right, this is your bonus card because we didn't really have a problem, and it's called the column stinkhorn. That is what it's called. It's the Eight of Swords. There is a little bit of that. What I get from this, quite interesting, is you could be in the energy of pain if you don't allow yourself to move into the vibration of light. So this is very simple here. The reading is very, very simple. It's light will attend you if you step into it, or else you will find yourself in a space which is like where pestilence is, where dirt is, where you feel like where disease is, and you could even get ill. It's that kind of thing. You're being asked to be of light vibration if you want to heal your life. Yeah, because the thing is, at the end of the day, it's like this card is like the smoker, isn't it? It's like the smoker bringing his or her smoke and affecting you bodily and in your energy, and you having to absorb some of that even though it's not your pastime. There's that selfishness about that. That's what I'm getting in this card. There's some kind of selfishness around you. You don't have to be other people's punch bags. You don't have to put up with other people's things. It's very difficult, isn't it? Because I do want to speak to this, because this is about the throat chakra and about the energy. But it's very difficult, isn't it, when you're in a coupling and you're married, or you've got children or whatever, and the kids are smoking, or your husband's smoking, your wife's smoking, or someone's doing something you don't like. It's about learning what you'll put up with and accepting it, and then redrawing the line where there's spaces you won't put up with it. Now, if that person won't listen to you and your needs, what you want, then you've got to ask yourself whether it works anyway, and whether it's going to work for you in the bigger scheme of things. Because we always know the truth about our lives and how things are. It's just often we don't really want to see them. So I'm not saying leave anyone. That's not what this is. This is about finding a way to create acceptance around it, then create situations where it doesn't bother you and you both consider each other in totality. Because it's like I was saying about smoking and stuff. So say someone smokes, for example, and you don't like the smell of that smoke, but then they come in, they bring the smell of that smoke in, well then tell them, no, you need to go for a walk so when you come back you don't smell that cigarette, or do something that. And it's about compromise, isn't it? It's about both of you being invested in what's going on in your lives, not just one of you. I'm not really sure why I said that, but it's because to do with this card, wasn't it? It was about that smoke running through it, and it brought in the energy of that sort of smell that you don't need, somebody being in your space and not actually being honourable or respecting it. There was a bit of that in there. So it's kind of like tuning into that, and how is that going to work for me if I'm still feeling this, or what do I need to do now, or how do I actually communicate my boundaries, that kind of thing. Yeah, so all my lovelies, is about your angel, rising into angel consciousness this week. It's about dealing with your throat chakra, and it's also about, there was another thing, wasn't there, being in your sovereign self and speaking from light as well. So there you go, my lovelies. Namaste. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Do check out these videos if you're interested. And also I'm hoping to bring something out for tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. Not too sure. It may be a replay of a pick a card from my live in Facebook, but we'll see how I go, and you may get that. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you on Monday if I don't see you tomorrow. Mwah. Lots of love. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye.